Good evening, Philippines, and welcome to your continuing coverage of the first and only professional volleyball league in our country. This is the 2021 PVL Open Conference, with the action coming to you live from the PCV Socio-Civic and Cultural Center in Bacara, Ilocos Norte. Thank you for joining us here live on One Sports Plus. Happy birthday to Bea De Leon, and congratulations to Choco Mucho for getting another victory against the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers, and that sets us up for our matchup, your second game of your Monday doubleheader. Ayel Estraniero, Rachel Andakis, and the Signal HD Spikers looking to snap their 4-game skid against Gia Morado, Eliza Valdez, and the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, who are also coming off a loss. It's gonna be interesting how these two teams can bounce back in our conference. Biggs Gomez at your service alongside the Opa, Neil Flores. Hello, Neil. We have our standings on the screen.
Hi, Mix. It's great to be finally working with you for the very first time and looking at our team standings. CREAMLINE still in a good position. They're currently at number 3, while CIGNAL is having a hard time right now establishing their wins, but they would want to end their conference on a winning note.
Of course, all these teams, we have the best talents from all over the country. We are very happy to bring you another day of Philippine volleyball. Janine Marciano and company, they are looking to bounce back. As we mentioned, 4 straight losses. It's gotta hurt for their squad. But Neil, it can never be too late for your team to show some great signs moving on.
It was a strong start for CIGNAL as they got that first set, and then the momentum suddenly was on the side of the Perla Spikers, especially in that crucial third set. Yun nga lang, hindi naka-bounce back na yung CIGNAL Spiker as they lost that one in 4 sets.
First set went to CIGNAL, and then the Perla Spikers, as Neil mentioned, got it going. You see that dumikit naman, Neil, no? 20 points lahat ng kupunan on all 4 sets.
Perhaps the lack of chemistry might have cost them some of their losses here in this conference. But I mean, you have Janine Marciano, you have Noriel Ipak on your screen, and they will add more firepower in this game against a very strong CREAMLINE.
That middle was working for CIGNAL in the previous game, making an impact. As we mentioned, Noriel Julia Ipak, isa yan sa mga naasahan talaga mismo ni na Ayel Estraniero in their previous match. Certainly a big tool once again for today.
And she used to come off the bench, and finally she was given that starting position, and she managed to score 11 points off 6 attacks, 4 blocks, and 1 ace, and she will be very crucial in today's game against the strong middle hitters also of the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers.
We all know how deep this CREAMLINE squad is. It's going to be very interesting which talents are going to be fielded on the floor for today. And speaking of Julia Ipak, we were able to talk to her before this game.
Hindi ko alam na ako yung isa sa mga nag-stand out na sa loob ng court. Basta I'm doing my best lang para makatulong sa team, ganyan. Yung today na game po namin, yung mindset namin, maglalaro lang kami kasi kahit na hindi na kami pasok sa top 4, we still have parang chance i-prove yung sarili namin, ganyan. Yung mindset po ng team ngayon, maglaro lang para sa isa't isa, para i-prove pa rin kay coach na like may improvement pa rin kami, ganyan.
Gotta love the humility, no, Neil?
Kahit na siya naman talaga gumawa during that game, we love the humility of Ipak.
I mean, and she mentioned that this is a good chance for them to continue proving themselves in the PVL against a powerhouse CREAMLINE Cool Smashers squad. We mentioned 25 straight wins before that previous defeat against a very tough Cherry Tigo squad as well.
I was able to cover that game, and just looking at it when we take a look back at that game, nahirapan din talaga yung CREAMLINE Cool Smashers with the heavy serving of Shaya Adorador and Jaja Santiago. They definitely did their homework, but CREAMLINE fought in that third set courtesy of the clutch moments of Eliza Valdez. But unfortunately, they weren't able to overpower the Cherry Tigo crossovers in that one.
That was a great comeback. 6 straight points. Eliza coming off with an attack with the block, and then some errors happening for Cherry Tigo as well. CREAMLINE, we all know how tough they are. It's going to be very interesting how they can bounce back today against the CIGNAL HD Spikers. And speaking of CREAMLINE, one of the top performers is this Tots Carlos, who has come up very big for their squad in this conference.
If you look at the stat sheet, she only came in as a substitute in the first and third sets before starting out in the fourth. But she managed to add 12 markers for the Creamline Cool Smashers, proving to be one of the most efficient off-the-bench players for Creamline.
Tots Carlos, she was the one who came in when Gemma Galanza got injured early in the conference. She even got Best Player of the Game honors in their match against Black Mamba Army. But there you go, scoring in double figures once again.
Aside from the attack points, maganda rin na i-note that she is also a good blocker. She was able to manage to get 3 blocks in that game against Cherry Pico, which we know now one of the taller teams in this conference.
Tots Carlos ready for action once again for the Cool Smashers, and we were also able to talk to her beforehand.
Coming to this team, alam ko naman kung yun nga, ano yung mga possible roles. So, it's really accepting the roles na binigay sa akin sa team. So, whenever they need me, mindset ko lang lagi, every game, kahit sino pang kalaban, na ready lang lagi. Of course, pag pinasok kami, that means they need extra help, di ba? So, or they want some changes in the game. So, yun yung binibigay, yung itinatry ko ibigay, even Kyle, pag magkasabay kami pumasok, yun yung try namin ibigay sa team para makatulong talaga kami sa team. Marami kami natutunan sa Lost, so nakita namin kung ano yung mga kailangan namin i-improve, like defense, blocking, receiving, yan. So, yun, after that day naman, same pa rin, back to training, and syempre hindi naman namin malilimutan yung mga natutunan namin, and I'm sure na mas babawi yung team ngayon kasi sobrang gusto namin talaga na manalo in this conference.
Potential of Tots Carlos, not just offensively but also defensively, malaki ang pwede niyang matulong for the Cool Smashers. And we will be looking at her if she will be starting in today's ballgame.
Very, very interesting for this deep Creamline squad. We all know the amount of talent that they have. You see Risa Sato, Celine Domingo, even Jeanette Panaga on your screen. Remember, Panaga also started off the conference very well for Creamline.
Unfortunately, she suffered an injury, but I saw her warming up. So maybe we will see Jeanette Panaga in today's ball game.
It's been a while, no, Neil, for Jeanette Panaga. She got injured in the third game against Black Mamba Army. 3 games of rest, certainly a lot of time to recover. We're hoping for the best para sa kanya in tonight's match. And of course, they're going up against the CIGNAL HD Spiker squad, who, as we know, are very hungry as well. Risa Sato enjoying the action. Pero ito, she's looking very serious tonight, Neil. Si Rachel Andakis, they want to end that 4-game losing streak.
And I personally know Ate Rachel Andakis, and with the past performances, this is not yet the full potential na pinapakita niya. We know that she's also a scoring machine in her own right. So maybe today we can see Rachel Andakis in tip-top shape to perform for CIGNAL HD.
There you see some veterans for CIGNAL HD. Jack Gionella, one of the long-time players of their squad. Gia Morado, who's leading the league so far in sets. Excellent sets per set. So tignan natin how these players will be able to play in tonight's matchup. Again, this is already week number 3. Next week, tapos na ang ating eliminations. And then we will proceed to our semi-finals here in the PVL. Now let's go to our arena announcer, Noel Zarate, for our referees and starting lineups.
It is now time to meet the national referees for this match. First referee, Nestor Matematico. Second referee is Lumer Pajarillo. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the CIGNAL HD Spikers. Outside spiker from Central Philippines University, number 2, Fiona Cepalios. Center from the University of the Philippines, number 7, Ayel Estraniero. Outside spiker from San Beda University, number 9, Janine Marciano. Middle blocker from the National University, number 11, Roslyn Doria. Opposite hitter from the College of St. Benilde, number 14, Clarissa Abriam. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 16, Julia Ipak. And the starting libero from the University of Perpetual Health, number 3, Jet Dionela. And the head coach for Signal is Shaq De Los Santos. And now the starters for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 2, team captain Eliza Valdez. Middle blocker from the National University, number 5, Risa Sato. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Center from Ateneo, number 12, Gia Morado. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 13, Seth Domingo. Outside spiker from Anderson University, number 15,
Let's take a look at the starters for your Signal HD Spikers. Very interesting here. No Rachel Andakis, no May Luna. Those are the changes from the previous match. We're seeing here Cla Abriam getting her first start of the conference, and then Viola Ceballos, her second start of the conference.
Perhaps they want to give exposure to their new recruits, talking about the Signal HD Spikers.
Very, very interesting in that lineup change. On the other hand, the usuals, these are the names that we are used to seeing for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. It's gonna be interesting to see later on kung makikita natin si Jeanette Panaga, as you mentioned kanina, Neil.
Basing on their warm-up, mukha namang ready si Jeanette Panaga. So she can enter this ballgame at any point in time. Lalo na't we're heading into the semifinals already. If ever nga na masisecure na yung top 4 position, she needs to be at her peak performance against stronger teams.
Even before the semifinals, Neil, on Wednesday, they are facing the only undefeated team left, Choco Mucho. I believe you're covering that game?
That's correct. That would probably be the most anticipated game so far in our conference. So you have to reserve your calendar for that matchup.
There we go. A lot of exciting games. The other games as well as we close out here in the PVL 2021 Open Conference. Gia Morado with a very uncharacteristic service error to start the match.
She's currently the number 2 server in our conference.
Here is Viola Ceballos. I mentioned this is her second start of the conference. Liza Valdez will score. Nakabawi agad for CREAMLINE.
Strong swing from Eliza Valdez, getting things going for the offense of the Cool Smashers. You know, Signal might not have the biggest of chances to make it to our next round, but they can still play the spoilers game. Meanwhile, for CREAMLINE, they're looking for redemption after that first loss against Cherry Tigo.
Iba rin no, yung mindset mo kapag alam mong ikaw yung naka-upset dun sa team that has bigger goals at the latter part of the season.
Yes, that's one thing, but on the flip side, scary din yon. Facing a team coming from a loss because iba yung gigil heading into this one.
Signal getting their second point as Rosalyn Doria proceeds to the service line. Number 10 so far in the league in terms of serving.
And also number 3 in blocking.
Michelle Gumabao, the attacks working for CREAMLINE on the opposite.
Good energy so far for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers.
This team came in the Open Conference very conditioned. They looked so good.
And now that you don't have May Luna and Rachel Andakis in the starting 6, makikita natin kung sino yung magsha-shine sa Signal HD.
A lot of room to improve. Certainly a good time to shine, as Neil mentioned. Gumaba will send it over. That is long, as the third point goes to Signal.
Too strong on that attempt. Early 1-point lead for the HD Spikers.
Here's Cla Abriam, also one of the starting lineup changes for this game. 23 years old, one of the youngsters of this Signal squad. A lot of new additions. Morado will go to Galanza down the line.
She was quiet in their last game. 6 points for Gemma Galanza, but now looks like she's here to bounce back.
You mentioned they're on a mission here as they try to bounce back in their previous loss. MG now at the service line. We're tied at 3. Regalo. And that's going to be a call against CREAMLINE.
They're saying that it was the player of Signal who touched the net. But the point will go to the HD Spikers.
Everyone was contesting on point right there. But then again, Signal will obtain the point. Break it down for us, Neil.
Oh, that's a tough angle. Wala ko masyadong napansin.
Nevertheless, play continues. Celine Domingo, and she recovers quickly for CREAMLINE.
It's very important for Gia Morado to engage the middles because in their last game against Cheritigo, Domingo and Sato only combined for 7 points. And it wasn't enough to put them on that win.
4-all, our score to begin. Estranjero on the running Ipak. Here's Valdez. Tips it over, and she will score the off-speed.
Smart hit from Eliza Valdez, recognizing the double block of Signal HD.
Always great to have your outside hitters who recognize that net defense very well. 5-4, Gemma still serving. Estranjero, they go to the open, and that will go CREAMLINE's way.
Medyo labas na ng antena yung set na yun eh. She tried to find a way to squeeze it in, but hindi talaga uubra.
Tumama sa antena for Viola Ceballos. Ayel goes back to Viola. He tries to recover. Ball sent back, and here is a chance ball supposedly, but then it does not go over the net for Signal.
Napakonti-konti. CREAMLINE is benefiting from the unforced errors of Signal HD.
Again, we're seeing Rachel Andakis come off the bench for the very first time in this conference. Let's see kung kailan siya ipapasok ng Signal. Service error here for Gemma Galanza.
I see Elliot De Jesus as the libero. Tama ba ako, Mix?
Let's check that on the screen as Julia Ipak now will serve for Signal. Combination, Eliza Valdez kills it.
3-for-3 for Eliza, getting involved early on as they establish that 3-point lead in this technical timeout.
The energy is good.
Ranking number 3 for best digger this conference with 21 excellent digs last game. Kyla Atienza of the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers has been maximizing her potential here in the court as the main libero of the team. Sabi niya na talagang nagpapasalamat siya sa kanyang mga teammates na ginagabayan siya tuwing sa kanyang nawawala siya ng composure sa court, and at the same time willing daw siyang gampanan ng kung ano man ang kanyang role para maingat ang kanyang team. Let's get back to the volleyball action here in PVL on One Sports.
Thank you, IE. 8-5, our score. There's a stoppage here as I think we're going to do it again. All right, CREAMLINE will serve. Said Domingo. Estranjero goes to the quick. That will go to Roslyn Doria and the Signal HD Spikers.
As a number 3 blocker, you can expect good defense from Doria, pero hindi lang yun. She's also a good hitter. She has established herself as one of the more reliable attackers for Signal HD.
And Ayel Estranjero, as we mentioned in the pregame, She has been utilizing those middles very well. Julia Ipak and Roslyn Doria. On the other end, that goes outside. Was there a check?
Sabi ng first referee meron, so the point will go to the Creamline Cool Smashers. Looks like there was also a net violation.
Again, a tough angle for us, but Creamline gets it. 9-6, they have the lead. Ceballos tips it over. Here's MG. You can hear the players supporting their team from the bench. A lot of noise from the two squads. Gumabaw again. Gia onto Eliza, the cross court. Janela was there. Abriam set back. Ball is still alive. Great rally.
Good coverage from Jonella.
On the quick, Risa Sato will score.
You have to commend the defense of both of these teams. But Risa Sato getting that one through.
It's the right amount of strength needed. Did not have to hit it very powerfully, but they do get the point. 10-6, what has been going right so far for Creamline here.
They've been converting a lot of their touches dun sa attack points. That's why they're up by 4. But good defense so far being shown to us by Signal.
You mentioned Jack Jonella in this season, or in the conference as I should say. She has been, of course, the starting libero for Signal, number 4 in receives actually, at 47% efficiency. She is one of the veterans. Isa sa mga inaasahan talaga ng kanilang kupunan. Down by 4 here. Again, we're still not seeing Rachel Andakis, but they're hanging on.
And that's still a good thing, knowing that you have good diggers in the back row and a good blocker in Doria sa harapan. All they need to do is convert points off the attacks.
Murado with 4 excellent sets serving. Marciano will send it over, just gets it across. Feeling ko kinabahan din siya dun eh.
Saktong force to get it over that net.
That's all you need. That's all you need to get the point. 7 serving 10. Viola Ceballos, a product of Central Philippine University. Unfortunately, a service error, so nabawi agad ng Creamline.
Going up against the powerhouse, you can't afford to give them a 4, 5, 6 point lead. You try your best to play a clean game if you want to win against Creamline.
Eliza, 4 points so far. There's another quick, but it is too wide for Roslyn Doria.
Another unforced error for Signal HD. They're still trying to look for that connection with Ayel Estraniero.
You did mention they're playing good deep, but you have to convert on your attacks. Marciano on the approach. A lot of power on that one. Chance ball here. Estraniero. They go to Cla Abriam, who will score down the line.
One of the youngest players on the court, showing why she's there in the starting lineup.
That is our spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan. La Abriam just elevates and detonates and celebrates on that play.
The future is bright for Signal HD.
Galanza. Estraniero. To be sent over by Ceballos. Morado will go to the combination. Shema Galanza. Wow.
Defense of Signal was not there for that combination play. Risa Sato drawing the middle blocker in Ipak, then Gemma Galanza going up for that combination play.
A lot of strength, a lot of power for Gemma. Creamline again here. Will try to send it over, but it was short dahil it was Sato and Valdez who were trying to get the ball.
Communication na lang nagkakatalo yung mga ganyang bola.
It's It's 9 serving 13 now. La Abriam to start things for us. Unfortunately, another service error. Nakasabi mo kanina, Neil, you can't give up these points. If you will go down by a big margin against CREAMLINE, it's going to be very, very tough.
That's the second service error unofficially, based on my count.
5-point lead. Marciano. Again, it does not go over the net. Now it's a 6-point lead for the defending champions. CREAMLINE looking for win number 6. CIGNAL looking for win number 2 of the conference. Yelipa will score on the run.
Clearly, she still has that confidence high from their previous game. Look as she drifts away from the hands of Gemma Galanza and hits that down the line.
More recovery for Ella De Jesus and company. Lead down to 5 here. Can CIGNAL manage a comeback? Morado will go to Galanza. Set back. Great net defense by CIGNAL HD.
Back-to-back points as they try to string a couple more. And that was Ipak once again defending the net for CIGNAL HD.
How much more can we help when it comes to her confidence? There we go. Another one, Neil.
Let's make that 3 in a row.
I don't know how we can describe the confidence level as you mentioned at this point for Julia Ipak. Score back-to-back-to-back, Neil.
Sometimes when you're on that confidence level, parang walang maling mangyayari in your gameplay.
Great save by Galanza. Chance ball for CIGNAL. Estranjero will go to Ipak. Another one for CIGNAL.
4 consecutive points from Ipak. And she's feeling it as they cut the lead down to 2. CREAMLINE will call for a timeout.
For Julia Ipak. And this is what we have been talking about. A good chance for them to shine. And certainly she has come out very big for her squad.
And CREAMLINE has to remember, the first option of defense talaga would be to man the quick attack from your opponent before you guard the wing hitters. And in that last rally, it looks like no one went up against Ipak.
It's interesting how the defending champions will recover here. They call the timeout. Valdez on the free ball. And Estranjero will try to score. Galanza now. And she will score for CREAMLINE.
Smarter hit from Gemma Galanza, targeting the smaller Estranjero on that hit.
CREAMLINE breaks the momentum of CIGNAL. 16-13, our second technical timeout.
Happy.
Nice one, girls. Let's go. Happy. There's something. Yes, coach.
Serving for CREAMLINE, Gemma.
Back to our action in the PCV Socio-Civic and Cultural Center, Baccaray, Ilocos Norte. Vix Gomez at your service alongside Neil Flores for CREAMLINE versus Signal. But that save out for CREAMLINE.
Raniero trying to go for that 1-2 attack.
Everyone was confused whether or not it did go in. 17-13 now, Gemma just scored off an attack a while ago, sending us to our second technical timeout. Ipak. Mula sa likod, Marciano. Good recovery by CREAMLINE. Domingo. That does not go over the net for Signal.
It was going over the side of CREAMLINE already. Kaya medyo nailang na si Estraniero to set that one up.
Timeout here for Signal HD. Now this is what CREAMLINE can do. Easily recover as a very experienced team. Of course, championship caliber as we talk about. Now it's a 5-point lead again in this one.
Let's go.
Of course, we can't hear so much because of health and safety protocols. Hindi na tayo naglalagay ng mic malapit doon, Neil. But did you hear anything from that huddle?
I think Coach Shaq was trying to draw an offensive option for the Signal HD Spikers.
It's interesting to see how they will bounce back on their own here. They go to the open, Ceballos, and they will convert off a timeout.
Good sign for Signal HD. Ipak drawing a couple of blockers dahil nakita natin now she is a threat
Yes.
for CREAMLINE. So the wing spikers will most probably get loose blocks.
And now it's time to shine for Ceballos and company. But CREAMLINE, of course, they would want to stop that. Estraniero goes back to Fiola. Blockers were there. And G goes to Alyssa, and that time around, she will show again what she can do.
Just powering through the established double block. That was against Doria. There was a huge gap between them.
Alyssa Valdez, time and time again for Philippine women's volleyball. Estraniero onto Ceballos. Domingo was there. Gia goes with a quick sent back. Great net defense by Roslyn Doria and Signal HD. Serving 19. Ayel Estraniero will proceed to the service line. She is number 6 in terms of the best servers so far in our conference.
Para ka may second libero because she also played libero for UP at one point in time.
And even before, no, sa palarong pambansa days niya, she was an outside hitter. Free ball for CREAMLINE. They go to Sato. Recovered by Signal. Gemma was there. Alyssa again. Sent back. Again, great defense at the net by the celebrating and very, very happy Signal HD Spikers.
Yeah, you can see they're just really relaxed at this point. Even though they're down by 3 points, every point that they get, sineselebrate nila, and that's a good sign.
And can I just say, yung level of celebration nila, it's really top-notch here. Mukha nga dance moves eh. But then again, great for them. Lead is 3 points for CREAMLINE. I'm sure on the other end, the Cool Smashers, they really want to stop this. With full authority, they are the veteran team. And so far naman, they have been successful stopping the momentum. Even though Signal has gotten off consecutive points, they always find a way to try and stop them.
Alyssa has been on point so far in this ball game, converting all of the sets coming from Gia Morado.
Is received. Gia Morado will score. The lead is 5 points. And Morado, time and time again at the service line, has come out very big. Number 2 in the league so far.
Number 1 in setting also.
Unfortunately, medyo nabati ata natin on that one. Lead is still 4 though for CREAMLINE.
Signal can't afford to throw any more unforced errors off that service line if they want to catch up.
Sabalias to serve. Gemma was there. Gumabaw now. That is wide.
Too much angle for Michelle Gumabaw. Tapos parang walang masyadong spin on that ball. So it was clearly going outside.
Lead is 3 points. Signal, nagpaparamdam na naman muli. Back set, Eliza Valdez.
Same play, same power, same point.
Man, look at that game face of Eliza. So much chemistry between these two players. That's all you need. She gets another point. Lead back to 4. Sent over. Chance ball for CREAMLINE. Galanza off speed.
Signal was preparing for a powerful hit from Galanza, but mid-air she decides to go for a softer touch.
And it was a wide hole in the middle. Here we go. As we mentioned, tuwing lumalapit ang signal, bawi agad ang CREAMLINE.
6 points for Eliza Valdez in this first set alone.
De Jesus. Morado. Very rare sight right there for Gia Morado.
Yes, Risa Sato was far from that play, so I wonder what happened.
Lead is 4. Roasted Doria at the service line. Morado. They go to Galanza. Again, Gemma Galanza.
Pero masyadong nanggigil.
Lot of power na iregalo sa kanya.
Wanted to hammer it down. Her hand touched the net. And she quickly apologizes for that one.
Dito tayo wala. Kasi para ano, alam din natin kung maring namimili. Happy lang. Joy today. Let's go. Paano kayo sa training? Anong kayo? Yes.
Off the net touch of Gemma Galanza. The score now is 23-20 in favor of the defending champions. Signal still paparamdam dito sa ating first set live on One Sports Plus. Your PVL 2021 Open Conference, the first and only professional volleyball league in our country. Roslyn Doria serving. Morado on the back set, Gumabaw. Adrian to send it over, and they score.
Looked like a chance ball going to the side of CREAMLINE, but the defense was not ready for that hit.
So look at it once again, a scramble already.
Ito na yung mga ad-lib from broken plays. You try your best to put as much power and speed as you can.
Lead is 2 points. Gia goes to Galanza. And Gemma this time around. She will prevail.
I admire the adjustment of Gemma Galanza. Kanina she was going for pure power, but this time she wanted to go for an off-the-block hit.
Set point for the Cool Smashers. Abriam. Wow.
The fearless Abriam challenging the defense of CREAMLINE, scoring again from the opposite side of the court.
Have yourself a ball game, Carissa Abriam, who has started off very well for the Signal HD Spikers. Again, her first start of the conference for their squad. Down by 2 here, Creamline still up here. Gia goes to Gumabaw, and she will finish things for the Creamline Pool Smashers. And they did splendidly for their own squad. Signal came out in great condition. They executed very well, but Creamline, the veteran team that they are, very, very steady. 25-22 after 1. One set done for Creamline versus Signal HD. It has been a great story so far. Both teams playing very well this evening. Signal nagparamdam ng nagparamdam, pero itong Creamline steady as always, winning the first set.
And you see na talagang napakalakas din ng mga attacks ng Creamline Pool Smashers in that first set. Good effort though for the Signal HD Spikers. They managed to score 22. So at this juncture of the ball game, you know your areas of improvement. You have to lessen your errors. You have to put your attacks over to avoid giving more points to the Pool Smashers.
Gla Abriam, as you see on your screen, she came out on fire. Julia Ipak as well had 4 points consecutively. But then again, you have Michelle Gumabaw, you have Alyssa Valdez, you have Gemma Galanza, all of those players contributing. And here we are again. Creamline on top, 25-22 after 1.
Just look at that, 16 attacks compared to the 9 of Signal. Ang kagandahan lang, Signal was able to establish 3 blocks against the 0 of Creamline led by Ipak.
16-9. Wow, what an advantage for the defending champions, service ace as well. It's going to be very interesting how they will continue to perform. Again, they will face Choco Mucho on Wednesday. So, kumbaga, we're closing in on the last big matches, of course, of the conference. Next week, may semifinals na tayo. Of course, all of these teams have to be thinking about those as well. But for sure, they are mighty focused for today. Speaking about the Creamline Cool Smashers and the Signal HD Spikers, who are still looking for those bright spots, no, as they try to carry on by the end of the season.
They may be at 1-5, but again, itong mga standings na to, it's not enough to define the skill set of our teams in the PVL. We all know their caliber. They also had a championship experience in their previous commercial league. So, again, nowhere to go but up for Signal HD.
And certainly in this type of competition, the first and only professional league here in the Philippines, with all the best talents coming in, it's going to be very interesting how the PVL will progress. Signal getting the first point of the second set. Great start for their squad. Mix Gomez at your service alongside Neil Flores here on One Sports Plus.
Right now, Abriam is the leading scorer for Signal with 4, followed by Ipak at 3 for the Creamline Pool Smashers. Of course, you have Alyssa Valdez at 6. Then you have Gemma Galanza at 5.
Attack error for Alyssa Valdez. Something fell. Ball did not go over the net.
Set was too tight for her.
Tumama rin sa net, and La Abriam apologizing to Alyssa on that one. 2-0 for Signal in set number 2. Tipped over. Soriano. We talk about the depth of this Creamline squad, and there you go, on display once again.
We also have Panaga, not yet playing though. Meron ka pang Tots Carlos.
Tots was the topic of our pre-game, but then again, she can come in later on and just make an immediate impact. That's what she can do. And here is a service ace from Gia Morado.
When you have a heavy server na kalaban mo, you try your best to get one stop immediately para makaikot na kayo at hindi na siya yung mag-serve.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Signal, Gia prevails on that one. She will go back to try to get the lead. Ayel goes to Abriam, and that sails out, so the point will go to Signal.
Getting her 5th point of this ball game, showing that she also deserves to be in that starting lineup.
Again, Abriam alongside Fiola Ceballos started in place of Rachel Andakis and May Luna in tonight's ball game. And now, Ceballos, right on cue, performing very well on that serve, 4-2 our score.
Heading to this game, for sure pinag-aralan din ng Signal itong Creamline. They might have watched that game against Cheritigo where they managed to really pound the service reception of Creamline. Kaya baka ganun din yung gagawin nila in this ball game to isolate the attackers. But Michelle Gumabaw just above the two blockers of Signal in that one.
Great approach from Michelle Gumabaw, our spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan. That combination alongside Gia Morado has been happening for years already for the Creamline Pool Smashers. Combination for Signal HD. They're looking for a call in favor of their side, but it will go to Creamline.
Still a good attempt.
A little bit too wide for Cla Abriam. Here's Alyssa, also one of the best servers. Marciano. Yeah, to my eyes it went in, but what did you see, Neil?
Based on this angle in our monitors, that was inside. And the second referee was also in front of that sequence. But they will talk it out.
Talk it out.
Just to be sure.
It will go to Creamline.
Yeah, because you have the lines judge and you also have the second referee. But let's take a look at this replay.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's very interesting.
Sa replay naman, it looked outside. But again, we don't have the benefit of the challenge system in this tournament. So whatever calls they make, that would be final.
6-4 our score. Creamline with the lead. Liza Valdez. That goes out. So far in the second set, we are exchanging points.
Just like the first one, ganun din, palitan lang din tayo.
Justin Doria proceeding at the service line. Former standout from NU. Galanza set back. One more try for Gemma. Blockers were still there. It's going to be a chance ball for the Pool Smashers. Morado goes to Gumabaw, and that will go out.
Michelle Gumabaw challenging the line. That will be ruled outside by our lines judge.
Michelle Gumabaw still rocking that hair. I love how she styles it, and how a lot of players do, no? In the PVL. 6-all our score. Doria and Signal trying to get the lead. Morado goes to Soriano, sent back. Great net defense by the HD Spikers.
Tipa continuing to hold the fort for the Signal HD Spikers. That's one-on-one against Pau Soriano.
First set pa lang, we already saw the advantage in terms of blocks for Signal HD, 3-0.
Now that's 4-1. Updated block points. Gemma Galanza will get another point for the Creamline Pool Smashers.
Gemma just finding the back line on that play. 7-all. Soriano serving. Marciano on the approach. She will not score. And that will bring us to our first technical timeout of the second set. Creamline with a 1-point lead.
Nice one back. Let's go.
Welcome back to your 2021 PVL Open Conference Season number 4, live on One Sports Plus, your first and only professional volleyball league in our country. Mix Thomas, Neil Flores bringing you the action. 8-7, Creamline. Back and forth we go, Neil, but the Cool Smashers still able to have a lead.
Coming into the semifinals, or even in the last remaining games of our single round robin elimination, you would want to win kasi iba yung confidence level na maibibigay nun sa'yo eh.
Morado goes to Gumabao, sent back, but it goes outside, so MG will score a 2-point lead for the defending champions. Again, reminding everyone, as Neil pointed out, the confidence builder for your squad, Creamline, on Wednesday will face the Chocomucho Flying Titans.
The only team na undefeated at this point of the conference. But Abriam continues to fire those hits from the opposite side.
Great performance for Cla Abriam. And this evening, against blockers right there, finding it down the line. And she has this great smile, no, that just complements her celebration. We're seeing one of the veterans of Signal inserted in, that's Rap Aguilar. Also saw action in the previous match. Tipped over, too long for Gemma Galanza.
I think Coach Shaq is trying to maximize all of the players in the lineup to check that solid chemistry.
In the second set of their previous match, Signal actually inserted in their veterans. They had Mumay Vivas alongside Dakis, Jonella, Rap Aguilar. Sila yung mga nagsama. Certainly, Coach Shaq still trying to make use of what he has. Gumabaw, what an attack!
That's what we've been saying. She has developed her attack. Talagang napaka-high efficiency ni Michelle Gumabaw. There was one game she was 12 for 16.
Wow.
That's a high precision attacker for you. When you are given that opportunity to shine as an off-the-bench player, kukunin at kukunin mo talaga yan.
And here she is, shining with that spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan. We're tied at 10-all. Back and forth we go. Galanza. Oh no. She will score as Signal HD. Medyo nahirapan sa spacing doon. Gemma up by 1. 7 points so far on 7 attacks. Estranjero. They go to Ceballos. Galanza was there. Great defense. Eliza on the approach. Back set, Aguilar from the back row. Wow. What do we call that?
Gia Morado's 1-2 play. Classic. Sobrang classic.
Classic G amazing. Look at that, just out of nowhere. And Jack Jonella did not get to that ball in time.
sobrang kalkulado no?
Oo.
Parang there's a marker dun sa linyang yon. So if you're the defender, parang magdadalawang isip ka. It will seem outside, but suddenly it will drop on that line.
Now CREAMLINE building on with their lead. As a violation is called against the Signal HD Spikers. A timeout is called by Coach Shaq De Los Santos, down by 3.
Shoot!
13-10 in favor of the defending champions. As Ratrap Aguilar, one of the veterans of the Signal HD squad, would look to lead her squad, her team, into a set to victory here. But on the other end of the floor, it's Gemma Galanza and company still looking to build up a 2-0 set lead. And as I say that, Julia Ipak again comes out on top.
Come on, she's just unstoppable. That running hit from Ipak. One blocker will not be enough to stop Ipak.
Has been happening since the first set. Julia Ipak. Service error here.
May carry over pa yung power from the previous hit sa service line.
Sayang, no? Sayang, because it was a good opportunity for them to close in once again. But now it's Sed Domingo's turn to serve. CREAMLINE is up by 3. Another service error.
So far, Signal managing to keep the scores close. But that's not enough. You need to establish a reasonable amount of lead if you want to gain a set against the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers.
Just like set 1, bababa sa 3, 2, and then aangat ulit sa 5. Chance ball. Estraniero goes to Abriam, who will score on the opposite.
That's what you get if you force CREAMLINE out of system. They will get a lot of opportunities of that chance ball to convert.
There is that smile. Lead down to 1.
Can this be the new 1-2 punch for the HD Spikers?
Very, very interesting.
Abriam and Ipak.
Valdez on the approach. Pampawi naman sa kabila for CREAMLINE.
Liza Valdez off that broken play. If you look at the set, medyo malayo na yan sa net, but she was still able to hit that with authority as they maintain a 2-point lead.
So much skill with the Phenom on display right there. And here comes Roslyn Doria coming out on top in the middle.
Let's credit half of that point to that set from Ayel Estraniero, saving that one, setting it to Doria, and Doria putting it down.
$14-15. Again, Signal closing in. Ceballos to serve. Gia goes to Gumabao. That's a check. Second technical timeout, 16-14. CREAMLINE still on top.
Okay, go. Okay.
Back for your PVL action. Michelle Gumabao scoring as she gets the check on the attack. Eliza will go back to the service line to try to extend the lead for the defending champions. That goes in.
And one of the better servers in our league. Eliza continuing to add to her points production in this game against Signal.
Number 3 so far in the league in terms of serving. Kita mo naman, sakto lang as it goes inside for him.
4 service aces against the single one of Signal. And now they get a block point courtesy of Michelle Gumabao.
CREAMLINE now getting on a streak. Up by 4. Great net defense by NG. Things are looking great for the Cool Smashers as another timeout is called here. You know, Neil, we have been commenting a lot about Signal's great performance, but let's also talk about CREAMLINE being steady in tonight's match.
Right now, they're just really serving heavy, forcing Ayel Estraniera to set to her open and opposite hitters rather. And it's working. Dahil pag na-pressure mo ngang iset sa open, nandun naman si Michelle Gumabao manning the defense for CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. And we know her to be one of the,
Yes.
the more stable blockers in this league.
Liza talking to the referee. 18 to 14. CREAMLINE looking for their second set win in tonight's ball game. Again, thank you for tuning in on One Sports Plus. Second game of your Monday doubleheader. Saniero. Morado on the other end. They go to Soriano. Abriam to send it over. Eliza was there. Back set. Gumabao. Kept alive by Janela. Abriam on the opposite. Wow! Again, she will score.
Kahit ano pa mang set ibigay mo si Abriam, she will pound away, hoping to score for the Signal HD Spikers. Look at that set. It was from behind already. And that's probably one of the hardest hits to make. Yung galing sa likuran.
Kla Abriam, the proud product of CSB, coming in very, very good here for Signal. And now it's Roslyn Doria serving for the HD Spikers. This receive cannot be recovered anymore by the Cool Smashers. Now Signal is again closing in.
If a target works for you, it will be the same target in the next service point.
Good turnout.
My bad, my bad. Dito sa... Timing sa open, sa left down. Katawi lang.
18-16 our score for your PVL Monday on One Sports Plus. Roslyn Doria back serving for Signal. Morado goes to Galanza and she will detonate on the attack.
Even the double block of Ipak and Estraniero would have not been able to. But she still got a hand on that one.
Now, it's Signal's turn to try to close in. Again, down by 4. La Abriam on the serve. Long though.
That's the thing about Signal. They managed to keep the score close, then suddenly they'll be giving away 1 or 2 points off that service line. But a couple of substitutions for Coach Shaq as they try to mount a comeback. Vivas also seeing her first action in this ball game.
Vivas also inserted in the second set of the previous match. Chichi Cardiente also saw action in the previous outing. Cardiente back sets to Aguilar, and she finds the line.
That has been their money play. That down the line hit from the opposite side of the court.
Great start for Chichi Cardiente, finding the veteran. Down by 4. Morado will go to the running Domingo. She cannot score on the play, so it's back-to-back points for the HD Spikers.
Wasn't the best of timing for a running hit. But for sure, they'll try that again.
Lead down to 3. Gia goes to Galanza, who sends it over. Jonella. But that's a substitution as well at the libero side for Signal HD. Cindy Amutan is in as Ceballos will attack. Here's Galanza. Good rally, Cardiente. On to Mumay Vivas. There you go, the veteran coming alive.
Now here comes the Signal HD Spikers rallying to cut that deficit. And this is what you want to see when you have substitutions on your side of the court. Yung instant production ba, pamatay ng sunog ng momentum ng kalaban.
Instant production from the veteran Mumay Vivas, former MVP in the UAAP as well. So we talk about the credentials, how just talented, these players are from all of these teams. This is the first and only professional volleyball league in our country. We're just really happy to be covering them, Neil, no? Now it's 22-20 in favor of Creamline. Just like the first set, abot ng 20s, both teams.
And Mix, ang tagal nating inintay ang pagbabalik ng volleyball. I'm sure the volleyball fans are happy to have witnessed itong first ever professional volleyball league. And we're playing 6 times a week.
Yes, bawing-bawi. Fortunately for Creamline, again, said Domingo cannot score. The lead is down to 1.
They're still struggling to find that fluid connection of Morado and Celine Domingo. But don't look now, that's just a 1-point lead for the Cool Smashers.
And the HD Spikers close in on this one. Galanza again down the line.
She wasn't able to get the point on the first try, but on the second attempt, she made sure to kill that ball.
Great angle, finding the corner for Gemma Galanza. She's the 3rd top scorer of Creamline in this conference. Cardiente onto Ipak, and there's a hole at the middle.
They're having a field day talking about Ipak. Providing the much-needed energy for Signal HD. The atmosphere is just different.
Yes.
You can feel it. 8 points of 6 attacks and 2 blocks.
Chance to tie for the HD Spikers. Domingo. Battle at the net. Goes back to Signal here. Chance ball for Creamline. Morado will go to Alyssa, who pushes it. Here's Ceballos. Wow. Great pick. Sent back. And we are tied.
4 touches called on the Creamline Cool Smashers. And just like that, Signal HD erases the lead. And we are now tied at 23-all.
So this did not happen in the first set. Hindi tayo tumabla. So it's interesting now. Just 2 points away from a set win for both Creamline and Signal. Morado goes to Valdez. And you know that when it's crunch time, Alyssa comes out on top more often than not.
Just like that third set against Cheritigo, clutch talaga si Alyssa.
Even in the last 2 points of the Black Mamba Army game that also went 5 sets, she was the one who closed out for Creamline.
Paul Soriano will replace Lisa Sato in that middle position. Oh, that's an unfortunate service error coming from Domingo.
24 all. Mr. Hierro checking back in. And Abriam.
Coach Shaq knows that this is a winnable set for Signal HD, going back to the original 7 on the floor.
So Ayel, former UP Fighting Maroon, former ate of the Fighting Maroons, now one of the youngsters of Signal, serving. $24 all. Gemma on the receive, the approach by Soriano recovered. La Abriam, wow, and she will score this time around.
Abriam. Same spot. Now Signal is at set point.
Tamang-tama yung timing ng kanyang substitution. The HD Spikers just enjoying this game. 25 to 24, set point. And that will go Creamline's way. Tied again at 25.
Yes, Morado was the first player to touch that ball. Bago nahawakan ni Ceballos.
Gia, a lethal server. Try to get the lead again.
Signal has the opportunity to attack first in this rotation. Let's see if they can convert.
Ceballos sent back. Creamline will prevail. Up by 1. A set point for the Cool Smashers.
Liza Valdez. Perfect timing on that one.
Great job by the Phenom. Now it's Gia again serving. Set point for Creamline. Abriam. Janela sends it over. Chance for Creamline. And here's Gumabao, and she will finish it off for the Cool Smashers.
Salgomaba with a statement hit as they go up 2 sets to none against the Signal HD Spikers.
Great exchange between these two squads. Signal HD and Creamline as the defending champions take a 2-0 lead. Set number 2 went down the wire between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the Signal HD Spikers. At one point, Signal even got the set point. But of course, the defending champions still holding their ground, and Michelle Gumabao ultimately closing it out for the defending champions.
And based on my observation, they've been relentless off the counter-attacks and transition plays. All of the chance balls na binibigay ng Creamline Cool Smashers, sobrang fearless and relentless yung pag-atake ng Signal HD. Yung tipong there's nothing to lose in this ball game. So talagang confidence is at a high.
And you can see the youngsters just enjoying their time on the floor. On the other end, the veterans coming up big for Creamline. And that is one big spark. Larissa Abriam, who started this ball game, she got inserted back in late in the second set and immediately scored.
But the triple threat of Creamline Cool Smashers proving to be as steady as ever. Talking about Michelle Gumabao, Gemma Galanza, and Eliza Valdez na pagdating sa clutch moments, you know that she will intentionally score for their squad. As we take a look at the numbers for that second set, Creamline having one more attack point against the Signal HD Spikers. And finally, they were able to establish that blocking sequence and 4 service aces para maipanalo yung second set na yon.
We saw in the first set that Signal had the advantage in blocks this time around. Baliktad ang ating kuwento. The attack still won by the Creamline Cool Smashers. But what an exciting second set it was, and we are totally in it for another one. The third set, as we started off with the HD Spikers and the Creamline Cool Smashers. Again, we thank everyone for joining us live on One Sports Plus. The action is happening at the PCV Socio-Civic and Cultural Center in Bacara, Ilocos Norte, your first and only professional volleyball league in our country, 2021 PVL Open Conference. Gia Morado will start things off for Creamline in set number 3. Estaniero tried to go to Doria, but no connection right there for Signal.
You know she has a good connection with Ipak. Now it's time to engage Doria's offense.
You're seeing on your screen some accolades of Gia Morado.
Loaded.
Actually,
Accolades.
kulang pa yan eh, no? Kulang pa yan. You can just check out her Wikipedia page and spend 2 hours scrolling through all of her awards. Sila nina Eliza Valdez. On the other end, youngsters like Viola Ceballos just showing what they can do here for Signal HD.
So far, it has been Abriam and Ipak providing the points for the HD Spikers. And we would want to see Ceballos punch in her numbers because we also know na isa rin yan sa mga reliable hitters for Signal.
Second start for Ceballos in tonight's matchup. Battle at the net, and it's won by Pau Soriano.
Not the cleanest of sequences in that last rally.
Now Eliza will serve for Creamline.
Now we see Tots Carlos making her first appearance. I'm sure she's happy playing against one of her closest friends, Ayel Estranero.
Yep.
Former teammates.
A lot of history between those two players. Morado will go to Tots immediately, and it was sent back. La Briam showing some hand gestures on the celebration.
Why not? She's been performing really well for Coach Shaq. That's why siya ngayon ang starting 6.
Improving her case for Coach Shaq and Signal HD. We still haven't seen Rachel Landakis in tonight's ball game. And that will go in favor of Signal HD. They have the lead here. Rap Aguilar coming out big.
Valid hit from the side of Signal HD. It was already on their part of the court.
There we go. Doria serving again.
They're tied at 32 all with excellent digs.
Sent over by Tots Carlos. Chance. Aguilar on the approach. And bounces off of her.
Impenetrable wall. Built by Michelle Gumabaw against that attack from Aguilar.
You mentioned her blocking. It's also one of the things that she is known for. 3 all. Pau Soriano serving. Janela. Chance for... Oh no! It does not go over the net for Signal HD.
Definitely, they won't be happy with that unforced error because there are still a lot of things that can happen when you manage to put that ball over. You can get a block point, your opponent can make an unforced error, pero yung mga ganon, wala nang laban agad yung team mo.
Back row, Ceballos. Creamline up by 1. Gumabaw off speed.
Chinela has been playing really well, providing steady floor defense for Signal HD.
That's Carlos. Here's Aguilar. Sends it over. Good rally. Soriano goes to Gumabaw. Still ongoing. Janela goes to Abriam. There's that net defense again of Creamline.
Again, the set was too tight. Kitang-kita mo naman na nailang na siya. She wasn't able to hit that properly. As we take up this replay, miss hit. And Tots Carlos was just ready for it.
5-3. Ayel goes to Aguilar. Gia now on to Risa Sato, activating at the middle.
And that's the connection that I have been looking for, yung deadly middle hits ng Creamline Cool Smashers.
That gives us our spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan, the former NU Lady Bulldog, coming alive in set number 3. 6-3 our score. Creamline able to recover off that quick lead by the Signal HD Spikers. What has been going right for them, Neil?
Well, yung atake talaga ng Creamline, alam naman natin yung caliber niyan. When you take a look at the statistics, obviously, they're up against Signal HD and they've been continuing to do that so far in this third frame. And now you see Risa Sato getting activated by Gia Morado. And if they manage to get contributions from all of the other players aside from Eliza Valdez and Michelle Gumabao, mas magiging dominant yung performance ng Creamline.
Again, the depth, the talent level prevailing for the Cool Smashers. 63 our score. Soriano still serving for them. Estranjero onto Abriam, deflected. Cannot be kept alive anymore by Creamline.
Passing bola, that was Creamline's chance to set up their counter. And usually when you have first touch, hindi setter yung nag-attempt doon. Anyone but the setter should get that first ball para iisipin na lang kung sino yung bibigyan ng opensa.
There's Cla Abriam. Baking and cooking yung kanyang hobbies. And you know what, Neil? I'm very happy for Cla Abriam and her family because during the pandemic, they were able to establish their very own inasalan at litsunan.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. And let's add that service ace
Oh,
to her performance right now. 12 points for this young one.
what a breakout game for Cla Abriam. Namuang nabati natin. Then again, great performance from her so far. MG will serve 7-5 as Creamline will try to send us to the first technical timeout. Estranjero to the back row. Gia's turn. Ayel, tip over. Noriel Ipak will score.
Ipak continuing to provide firepower for the offense of Signal HD. This time off that power hip rather.
Tamang lagay lang for Julia Ipak. Has been scoring as well from time to time here. Janine Marciano. Carlos sends it over. Ceballos, tough angle right there. Chance ball for Signal. Ayel on the 1-2. Kept alive. Back and forth we go. And the running attack, again, working for Julia Ipak.
Espanyero knew it. Creamline was struggling to get back on their defensive formation.
Yeah, bodies were on the floor. Kita mo naman, no? Hindi.
Carlos was not ready for that running attack. Hinabol na lang din niya.
Oh. Nag-iingat din siya kasi baka matamaan niya si Eliza.
Now we're tied at 7-all.
Janine Marciano serving, the top scorer in the conference for Signal. Risa Sato again being activated by Gia Morado. There you go, Neil. They're going to the middle.
And that one-handed set from Gia will take us to our technical timeout.
8-7, Creamline with a lead. back for your live coverage on One Sports Plus. This is Season 4 of the PVL 2021 Open Conference. Vix Gomez at your service alongside Neil Flores, Gemma Galanza on your screen. Enjoying the action because their teammates are playing well. They have the lead 8-7 here. Carlos inserted in. She used to have this jump serve back in UP. A very scary jump serve, as I should say. Sent back here, Lisa Sato coming alive now for CREAMLINE.
There was no way that attack was going through the defense of Morado and Sato. Hands were already pressed over that net. Sometimes you just rely on sheer power to hope na lumampas yun sa mga kamay ng blockers.
Not that time, as Risa Sato was there. Coach Carlos cannot send it through. So, we're gonna go back to CIGNAL. The team still at 1 point for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Julia Ipak, who used to be a best server in her high school days. I'm so sorry for saying that, Miss Ipak.
Can this be the anchor's curse? Every time you commend a certain player, immediately they commit a service error.
Sayang naman research ko kung hindi ko rin babanggitin. Nababati lang din pala. Wow, surprise serve.
Napaganda pa nga.
Oo. Everyone was surprised. 9-10 the score. Back and forth we go. So Ayel to get her turn again. Dikit ang laban natin so far in all 3 sets. Morado. That's a violation against CREAMLINE.
A few times you'll see Gia Morado committing that violation. Don't look now. Again, we are at a deadlock. 10-all. So CIGNAL really has to convert more attacks if they want to establish a lead against the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers.
Ayel serving. And here's Alyssa Valdez.
On cue, not giving an inch para sa CIGNAL HD.
Man, she just performs, at the right time for CREAMLINE. Is up. Estaniero goes to Abriam. Kept alive by Tots Carlos. And here comes Alyssa once again. On the other end, Ceballos. Great rally. De Jesus onto Gumabaw. And that goes out. He's asking for the check. He already celebrated though.
It will not be given. Referee saying na tumama lang sa tape of the net before it went outside. Oh, but it looked like there was a touch. Again, we don't have the benefit of the replay.
11-all our score. Ceballos with the serve. Morado goes to Alyssa. Great dig by Estranero. Marciano sends it over and she finds a hole at the middle.
Mukhang nailang si Kyla Atienza as Gia Morado signaled that she was going to get that ball.
Janine Marciano, product of San Beda University. And there's Rachel Andakis, who did not start in this ball game for the first time this conference. Hasn't seen action, but her team is playing very well. Pero ito rin, playing very well. Michelle Gumabaw, down the line.
That's the veteran for you, Michelle Gumabaw. If she makes a mistake, the next play, babawi at babawi yan. Clean hit down the line.
You saw Ayel Estaniero just clap her hands and give credit to MG on that one. Marciano with that power.
And they need the production of Marciano. So far, she has been quiet. Karamihan ng puntos si Abriam at si Ipak ang gumagawa.
But she has that caliber in terms of her strength, though. And it's great to see her play after recovering from a knee injury as well. It was back in 2017. Morado. Soriano will not score. Signal now trying to build a good lead.
I think this is the biggest lead so
Yep.
far established by Signal. But
Unfortunately, we're experiencing a blackout, so we'll take a break for your 2021 PVL Open Conference.
There's 14 to 12. Serving Signal Gross Italia.
Back for your PVL action after a short power outage. CREAMLINE able to score already. So the score is 13 serving 14 in your third set. Second game of your Monday doubleheader. Mix Gomez, Neil Flores giving you your PVL action. Wow, regalo para kay Tots Carlos. And you see the love from the former college teammates.
that was a great hit off the regalo.
I think that's an even greater gesture. Tumama sa ulo eh, no? Automatic yung yakap. I love it, Neil. I love it.
Again, they're just happy to play against each other dahil all throughout magkakampi sila eh.
Oo. Marciano now scoring for Signal. Babawi agad as they regain the lead.
Now this is the strong front line for Signal. They have Ipak and then they also have Marciano.
So now Marciano is picking it up in the third set. Combine that with Abriam, who's been playing very well. And you mentioned Ipak. Now a service ace. Second technical timeout. Won by Signal HD. 16-14 in set number 3. To 14 our score in favor of the Signal HD Spikers. They have the lead now after a very, very long time. No, in the first two sets, it was really CREAMLINE ahead, and then here the third set, back and forth we went. Now Signal with Janine Marciano also coming alive, able to build this 2-point cushion.
And let's credit that to the services of this woman right here. Adding a couple of aces.
What a performance so far from Carissa Abriam, making her name known in the professional ranks. Morado back sets. Michelle Gumabaw, we already know her name.
Michelle Kumabaw. And she loved that hit. It was a clean hit. It was a powerful one. Sometimes meron kasing mga impact plays eh, that can carry the momentum of your team.
Over receive. Chance for CREAMLINE. Risa Sato playing tic-tac-toe alongside Gia Morado.
Ipak was not able to challenge that hit from Lisa Sato. Look at that one. It was only Marciano na naiwan.
So that's back-to-back points for Creamline, looking to gain the lead once again. Back row, Ceballos. Gia goes to Alyssa. Ball goes near the net. And Ayel will send it over. Gia to Risa. Yun naman, hindi makakatawid sa kabila.
If they are able to polish really itong mga transition plays, talking about Creamline, it would have been a deadly point of attack.
Rose Vargas seeing action once again. She was inserted in set number 2. 17-16, so Signal is holding on to that lead. Janine Marciano, Coach Shaq de los Santos and company looking to get one set here, or the first set against Creamline. Morado onto Tots Carlos.
Corner
That will go
pocket.
in.
Take a look at that replay. Tots Carlos up high.
Sakto lang, Will.
And mas mahirap depensahan yung mga dulo-dulo na palo compared to harder hits. Kasi it involves judgment calls eh. Will I still get it? Bibitawan ko ba?
Tots Carlos again, this time on the back row. So much height, the elevation, and the power from Tots.
She has been playing her role really well. Not always the starter, pero you would always want to have a bench player na at any point in time pag tawagin mo can perform at peak. 5 points already for Carlos.
Signal up by 1. Janela will go to Ceballos. And she will score off the block.
Now Doria will man the defense for Signal as Ipak goes to the service line.
18 all, back and forth we go. Take a look at the replay. Our spike of the set brought to you by Duncan Fiola Ceballos. Signal gets another point here. This is what happened during the replay.
I think they were trying to go for a combination play, but the set was too tight. So that's an unforced error for the side of Creamline.
19-18. This received. Chance ball. Ayel will go to Doria. Kept alive by Creamline. Another chance ball. This time they go to Ceballos on the approach. Gia, Risa. Tough catch right there for Kla Abriam, and Creamline will score.
She almost had it. Yun nga lang, one hand wasn't enough to save that ball. Check this pancake save from Atienza. Sacrificing her body to keep that ball alive.
Ait Inside did report about Kyla Atienza earlier, number 3 in digs in the conference so far. Tots Carlos from the back. Wow, did you see that? The way that she approached that ball.
It's already hard to defend a strong attack. Pero pag dadagdagan mo pa ng bilis yung bola,
Grabe, oh.
even Junella had a hard time picking that one up.
And a service ace here. Coming in for Risa Sato. Coming in at the right time as they try to close out Signal in 3 sets. Signal will call a timeout, a very crucial one here as they try to stop the momentum of the Creamline Cool Smashers. They're down by 2 after holding a lead a while ago. It'll be very interesting how they can close this one out. Will Creamline ultimately win set number 3 in this match? All right, back to our action. Creamline up by 2. Risa Sato of a service ace will put it up once again for the defending champions. Ayel. They go to Marciano. Here's Eliza Valdez. Still kept alive. Ceballos now sending it over. Morado goes back to Eliza and she will score.
And you know, they need a closer to finish this ball game. And who do you go to if you need a closer? You go to Eliza Valdez.
Sino pa ba? Gia Morado with all the chemistry in the world alongside Eliza Valdez, connecting once again. Creamline up by 3.
And she might have been the target of the services of Signal HD. Pero pag pumunta yan sa harapan,
Alam mo
that's the time na babawi siya.
Speaking of Eliza, attacking once more. That cannot be kept alive by Signal HD. Creamline closing this one out on a great note. There's still 2 points to go, but they are certainly looking good. Always a great testament, no, Neil, when your team can hold your composure and then at the latter part of the set, dun aariba na.
And nandun din talaga yung expectations as the defending champions to have your composure in times of crisis. And now they're just 1 point away from getting their 6th win, tama ba?
Yes. Match point for Risa Sato and the Creamline Cool Smashers. Ayel will go to Ceballos. Gia. And Pau Soriano will finish it off for the Creamline Cool Smashers, who were challenged definitely by Signal HD this evening. But again, we talked about how they stayed with their composure, the veteran smarts, you know, the experience coming out on top, and certainly another great outing for Creamline. Final score, 25-19 in set number 3. The Creamline Cool Smashers successfully get win number 6 of their PVL 2021 Open Conference in straight sets. Very tough straight sets though against the Signal HD Spikers. Sino pa ba ang namuno sa kanila kundi si Eliza Valdez, the Phenom, coming out on top once again.
And you know, again, we were talking about closers and iba yung nag-establish ka ng lead against your opponent. And it is also different to finish a match, and Eliza Valdez really showed us that when you need a point, when you need a win, you can rely on her.
Time and time again, Eliza Valdez, our best player of the game. She is with Ait inside.
Eliza, you managed to rise through those 3 tough sets. Ano yung mga necessary adjustment na ginawa nyo and your team in order to dominate this match?
Well, one of the one of the things na ginawa talaga namin sa practice would be our floor defense and net defense. And hopefully, mas na-improve siya today and mas magtuloy-tuloy yung improvement para sa mga future games pa namin.
Yes, there you have it, Eliza Valdez and the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Joe!
See you in
Hello!
tomorrow's game.
Let's go! Miss you!
Congratulations to Creamline again, win number 6 of their conference. Congratulations to Chocomucho as well, who got a victory earlier today. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., the Petrogas Angels will go up against the Bali Pure Water Defenders. Another doubleheader coming your way for your premier volleyball league. In the second game, the Santa Lucia Lady Realtors, red hot right now in the 3-game winning streak, will go up against the Perlas Spikers. Exciting times coming in for week number 3 of your Premier Volleyball League. We thank you for joining us. In behalf of our director, Raul De Ocampo, our executive producer, Malu Neri, Aitin Sai, and my partner, Neil Flores, my name is Vix Gomez. Maraming salamat at mabuhay ang bawat atletang Pilipino.